It's time to play some images in the event registry and collect some mysterious note pieces. I'm Professor Voqas, and this is Harry Potter Wizard Unite.
Hello, Professor. I didn't see you there.
The first thing we've got to do is open up these port keys. You can see I finally finished that fifth one, so I have all five, which is going to be the 5 fragments because they're guaranteed, which will then allow me to place that image, which is which step we're on right now. So let's go ahead and open them up and get those fragments of Dobby. I believe it's Dobby. By the way, while I'm opening these, I'll tell you, I did run some fortresses yesterday. Today is actually Friday. Yesterday I played very limited, so I didn't make much progress on this set of tasks. But I did run fortresses. Let me back out and just get the stuff. Dobby, some experience. I was able to run fortresses. I ran 5. I had to run 5 fortresses with brilliant runestones, and that got me the 3 fragments of Luna's Patronus, the hair, to be able to place that image as well. So I'll have 4 images ready to place in just a sec, as soon as I get these port keys open. All my port keys are done. Let's head in the registry over to the events page. I got a bunch of family experience, so I know there's going to be some rank ups from those port keys for sure. At least 2. It could be a third. It is. Wow, that was a lot more ranking up than I thought. It was actually 7 rank ups. So I'm at rank 53. Probably get to 65 for this event because I'm already there. It's not too far, and I've still got some images to place. All right, so you can see I've got 4 images to place. The only image I can't place, we have no way to place it because we have to make it past this set of tasks. But we know this is going to have some story text. So let's go ahead and start with the 2 foundables we had on the map. So let's start with Luna. I'm sure there's some interesting stuff to be said about her. We got a rank up for that too, rank 54. So this is Hermione talking. Luna Lovegood, a former member of Dumbledore's army, sent me an owl. Apparently, she has a memory similar to Neville and Lee's. In it, a wizard cloaked in a hooded robe warns her that the unforgivable are everywhere. The unforgivable? What's that? I agree, Constance. I am also curious. I wish I could tell you, but a thorough search of the Ministry's records turned up nothing. We're introducing more characters to the story. We want more answers, not more things to question. Well, whoever they are, I think it's safe to assume that this message is a threat. I'm inclined to agree with you, but Luna seems to think otherwise. She said the wizard sounded scared, not malicious. According to her, this isn't so much a threat as a warning. All right, so let's go over to the dummy, see what they've got to say about that. The rumor requirement provided us dummies like this one to practice our offensive spells on. Whenever we destroy one, another would always take its place. That's the rumor requirement for you. Back then, I naively believed that once we defeated Voldemort, that would be the end of the dark arts. Now I realize that what Snape said about them in my first Newt level defense against the arts class is true. The dark arts are like a many-headed monster. When you sever one head, another does sprout in its place. Just like how a new training dummy would appear whenever we destroy one. Fortunately, my time in Dumbledore's army and the SOS Task Force has also taught me that there will always be people willing to stand up and fight against evil. We should take solace in that fact. All right, let's go ahead and place Dobby because he's just sitting there so lonely and sad looking. When I first met Dobby, well, quite frankly, I thought of him as a nuisance. I did as well, Harry, when I saw him. As the years went on, however, Dobby became not just a valuable ally, but one of my truest, most loyal friends. Whenever I visit his grave, I bring him a new pair of socks so he knows how much he's missed. That was short and sweet. All right, last image, Luna's hair. I must admit, after returning nothing but foundables of dark wizards, witches, and artifacts last surge, returning foundables that aren't trying to kill me has been rather refreshing. That's actually why I chose to center the surge on my memories of Dumbledore's army. I thought my happy memories could become a shield against the darkness, much like how a Patronus is a shield against Dementors and Lethifolds. I assumed you were simply feeling nostalgic. Perhaps it's a bit of both. So over here at the assignments, you can see that's 4 out of 5 images. I still need that 5th image, which I can't do, so I have to repeat one of these. Now, I need to get 7,000 Wizarding experience from traces, and I still need to get mysterious note pieces by returning Brilliant Dumbledore's army traces. We are doing a play-at-home edition today, so I'm actually going to pop a tonic for trace detection. We'll get to see how many brilliants I get. I just need to get enough brilliants to get the note pieces, to get 15 note pieces. So hopefully a decent return rate and enough brilliant foundables. And then the other foundables, I just need to get at least 7,000 Wizarding experience. I'm probably going to pop up Rufio's because I'll be kind of catching constantly, so I might as well do that. And then the last thing I need to do is I need to run enough fortresses to get that image one more time, which I'm probably going to go ahead and do that. It's the quickest way to get it done. But I think what I'll end up doing is wait until the end of my tonic for trace detection, just to see, because if I happen to get 20 Lunas or 20 of the dummy, then that would actually get my last image and I don't have to run fortresses at all. But if I don't get it, then I'll run the fortresses, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw a tonic on. We're gonna run that for 30 minutes and we're gonna see how far along we can get with the mysterious note pieces and the Wizarding experience. And I'll be stopping back in for sure when the note pieces have story text, which definitely throughout I know they do at least a couple times. All right, first brilliant down. This actually wasn't from a tonic. This was spawned there anyway. My tonic has spawned 2 things so far, but neither of them brilliant. Anyway, let's see if we get a mysterious note piece though. There it is. You can see it at the bottom there. And if you are wondering what they look like, that's what they look like. A little bit of family experience, your normal experience, and then the mysterious note piece. And I believe there'll probably be some story text, yeah. We found another fragment of a note. I can't make out its contents yet, but it appears to be addressed to you, Harry. I don't suppose you're going through a particularly introspective phase and wrote this letter to yourself, because remember Harry had sent that note before. I'm afraid not. I don't recognize the handwriting either. Hermione did theorize that elements of the surge you interrupted might have been absorbed into yours. I'd bet my wand that this note is one of them, which means whoever's been manipulating the calamity is trying to reach out to me specifically. Constance, tell the members of the SOS Task Force to prioritize recovering the rest of this note. It's imperative we find out what they want. That's us. We're the SOS Task Force. Nice. All right, so now I've got a couple brilliants here. All right, I'm going to keep going. I believe the next message comes after you get 5 note pieces. So I'm going to keep collecting and we'll check back in when I've got that 5th note piece. All right, this is my 5th note piece if I get a note piece. Nice. By the way, so before I even leave the screen, either I'm incredibly lucky, which is possible, it is possible, but so far I've gotten a mysterious note piece from every brilliant foundable I've had. In the past, they've been a very drop rate. They weren't 100%. But so far, this is my 5th one, and I've gotten a piece every single time. So we'll see if that luck continues. But as I thought, after 5, got some stuff going. We've only reassembled half of the note, yet its contents are already shocking, to say the least. The author, who admits to having created the surge you intercepted to get your attention, claims to be part of a cabal of dark wizards and witches called the Unforgivable. So the Unforgivable is a group of dark witches and witches. If this letter is to be believed, they're not only the ones responsible for the calamity's dark turn, they've been involved with the calamity since the beginning. That's quite the confession. If true, it certainly raises a lot of questions about the calamity. Like we don't have enough already. Lethifold and Barghest and Grimfolly's role in it all, doesn't it? The other things is saying it raises questions about that too. Yes, all those questions. If being the key word, I'm convinced that this is a load of codswallop intended to throw us off the real trail. Why else would they be telling us all this? Good question. Perhaps we'll receive an answer when we find the missing pieces of the note. It's interesting they said we're halfway through the note and we only have 5 out of 15. So I'm pretty sure at 10 pieces we're going to get more of the message. So we'll keep going. I'll see you after 10 pieces. All right, this will be my 10th note piece, if I get a note piece, and I get it. Well, I'm returning this foundable. Let's see if I actually get the note piece. All right, so interestingly, number 1, I was actually going to comment when I got to the 10th note piece that all my tonic has been producing is the dummy and Luna, no Lee and no Neville, but it actually did produce a Neville. Not only did it do that to throw off my thought that it only produced the other 2, but Neville didn't give me a mysterious note piece. Now, that's not to say it's not 100% from the dummy and Luna, because again, still, out of the 10 I've gotten, or excuse me, 11 foundables I've returned, everything not Neville has given me a mysterious note piece. So it's either an incredibly high drop rate, or I'm incredibly lucky, or the current ones are 100%, and maybe the other ones aren't dropping. I haven't seen enough of them to know if it's messed up and they're not dropping the note like they're supposed to. At least I think they're supposed to. It's worded as if a brilliant foundable should give it to us. Anyway, this should give us our 10th, which should, there you go. I'm really close to the 7,000 experience too. Interesting. Looks like we've gotten an answer as to why our mysterious pen friend was being so chatty. Apparently, they're in a bad way with the Unforgivables' leadership. They want out, but fear too much for their safety to just leave. They're offering information on the Unforgivables' members and plans in exchange for your personal protection and full pardon. If you agree to their terms, Harry, they say you should come to this address they've listed alone. They were very emphatic about that. I apologize for intruding, but I'd be remiss if I didn't chime in. This is Gareth Greengrass. You're not seriously considering going along with this, are you, Harry? It's obviously a trap. I have to agree. We have no reason to trust this witch or wizard. It's quite possible they're threatened by your ability to manipulate the calamity, and this is all a ploy to get rid of you. Talking about Harry. I understand where you're both coming from and appreciate your concern. However, if there's even a remote possibility this could allow us to end the calamity and apprehend those responsible for it, then it's a risk I'm willing to take. Well, there we go for that. I think that might be it, which is really odd because then I'm going to get 5. I still need to get 5 more, so I'm going to start clicking on these. I need 5 more note pieces. Are you telling me these note pieces, like after the 10, it was all the text, and these note pieces are like the edges that have no writing on it? In which case, why are we continuing to collect pieces at all? Man, I get such good casts on my first cast and then my second cast. My first casts have been really good, and then they resist, which is frustrating, and then that was a bad cast. I will say, and let me go ahead and jinx myself right now, I haven't had any of the brilliants try to depart on me, which means now I'm due to have one depart. Nope, I got it. All right. Oh, there we go, Dueling Dummy. I reached 7,000 experience. I did not get a note piece from that Dueling Dummy. So, not 100% drop rate, but pretty high, because I've still almost gotten notes from everything. Hey, look at that, first turn cast. Will I get a note from it? No note from that. 2 in a row, no note. All right, I'm going to continue on, and when I'm done with my 15th note, we'll go ahead and reconvene, and we'll go ahead and collect for those things, and then decide how we're going to place our 5th image. I'm at 14 note pieces right now, so if I can get a note piece out of this Luna, if I'm able to return her, and it gives me a note piece, then that will be 15, which would complete this. And we'll see if there's any more story text at the end of the whole note. I feel like there's not. All right, let's see. Yes, note piece. By the way, so since the 10th note piece, when I had such good drop rates, my drop rate went way down, probably 1 out of 3. 1 out of 3, Luna, Neville, or Dummy, still haven't seen any Lees, was giving me the note piece. So none of them departed still, but definitely my drop rate dropped. So anyway, let's back out. Let's see, 15 out of 15. Okay, so that's just, again, I say synergy. I've used that word for things before. You have us going to collect 15 pieces. Obviously, when we collected all the pieces, that would usually be when we get to see the whole note, but you have it end at 10. Why would we even collect more pieces then? If there's nothing else on the note, it doesn't even make any sense. And it's such a simple thing. It's just don't show that story text until we get to 15. Like, make it 1 piece, then 10, then 15. Maybe it took 10 just to even get, part of the message. Or if you're going to say it's half the message, then just wait till we get to 7 or 8 and then have the final at 15. You literally just, the trigger for when do we put the story text up, you just change the number. I don't know coding super well, but I can guarantee that's an easy thing to change, is throw the story text up when X fragment is discovered. You could just make a different variable and just make it a different number. Anyway, just another little thing to make each event just a little better. So 7,000 witnessing experience, got it, spell book, and 15 mysterious note pieces, even though the last 5 seem to be inconsequential. So I still need an image, so let's go to the registry. Over in events, you can see I'm 11 out of 20 for the dummy and 10 out of 20 for Luna. So again, I'm still, have at least another about 10 to go. Whereas I could just go run fortresses and get those last 3. Yep, and I only have these 2 brilliants right here, so that's not going to get me to 20, and my tonic just ran out. I'm still on the Sprufios. So I'm going to go ahead and get these 2 brilliants just to get them. The tonic made them, I might as well use them. And then I'm going to run fortresses enough times to go ahead and get that Luna's Patronus one more time image so I can place that, and we can move on to the bonus tasks. As you saw, I did manage to get the 3 fragments I needed. It took me 5 fortresses, so I had a 60% return rate, so 3 out of 5, which I was running Tower 1 and 2, so that's definitely around the percentage I would expect from those levels of fortresses. So anyway, let's go ahead and place that image our second time. Nothing exciting happens, except for the fact that we did finish, so we can go back out to special assignments. Now suddenly I have things spawning around my house. I usually don't. So let's collect for placing 5 Brilliant Room of Requirement pages, which is going to get us the last fragment we need, the last image we need, the 1 fragment to place the Dumbledore's Army coins. Then we get 5 Restricted Section, 5 Defense Against Dark Art Books, 50 coins, and 30 Spell Energy. So I'm going to collect that, which will move us on to the bonus tasks in just a moment. It'll actually tell us thank you for you've completed it. And then let's go ahead and back out, and it's going to immediately say, go, special assignments, of course, as always. So let's go back in. Those are my dailies, forget that. So over at the special assignments, I've got some stuff I need to do. But first, let's go place the image in the registry to finish out the complete registry. Events. So we're just going to place Dumbledore's Army coins. Let's see what they say about them. We talked about them the other day, like what they were in the books, much more in-depth. Harry, is this the same coin that you display on your desk? That's right, Hermione created these coins so I could discreetly communicate with the rest of Dumbledore's army. See the numbers around the edge? I changed them to reflect the date and time of our next meeting. Rather ingenious, isn't it? Indeed, it's also rather sweet how you still use them to communicate with the other members. What are you talking about? Most of us have held on to them, yes, but we haven't used them in years. Then why was the date on the Dumbledore's Army coin foundable we return set for just days from now? Interesting. The plot thickens. So the coin now has a date that will occur in a few days. So I wonder when they're going to go ahead and, talk about that, because we're done with this event now, unless something pops up here. Harry, thank Merlin you're safe. Constance told me about the letter. I can't believe you'd be so daft as to go and meet up with the author by yourself, knowing full well it could be a trap. Harry, what's the matter? You're awfully quiet. Normally at this point, you'd be chiming in to try to defend your reckless behavior. I was too late, Hermione. By the time I'd arrived at the meetup spot, the presumed informant's mind had been completely obliterated, to the point where he couldn't even remember his own name. The healers at St. Mungo's are doing what they can to try and restore his memory, but it isn't looking good. St. Mungo's, of course, is a wizarding hospital. The healers there were the ones that Arthur Weasley, they healed him up and figured out the anti-venom to Nagini's poison when he was going to die. How awful, though I suppose it does lend some credibility to his claims that a cabal of dark wizards and witches called the Unforgivable are controlling and manipulating the Calamity, doesn't it? Hermione, as far as I'm concerned, this experience has made 2 things abundantly clear. First, that this mess goes beyond Grim Folly, Lethifold, and Barghest. And second, if we continue to stand in this group's way, it's only a matter of time before they come after us. Oh, that'd be cool. If we get to maybe battle against, a Paramount, yes, port key. It'd be cool, instead of returning foundables, if we had an event, more like an oddity event, I guess, but not even a returning oddity foundable event. An event where on the overworld map, we are actually fighting dark witches and wizards, kind of like we would in a fortress, but out in the open world, and having some event based around that. I would love that coming up. So we are on to the bonus tasks. Got a bunch of stuff to do. Return 45 Brilliant Event Foundables. I'll probably get some of them done later today after this video is done. The 2 that you saw on the map, I'm going to get them right after I get done filming, I'm sure. Brew 10 potions. I am going to start working on them. Let's actually, you know what? We'll do that right now. I've saved 3 potions. I've had these 3 just chilling. We'll collect these 3. That'll get me 3 more toward... The game has been doing this a lot to me today. It just black screens, and it's going to tell me my Wi-Fi to check my connectivity. I have other things running off my Wi-Fi right now. I know it's working fine, so it's just something with the game having trouble interacting. It just let me add, it said 1 Extimulo got added to my vault. Oh, there we go. But then it stalled out again. Man, it's like this big delay. I am curious because sometimes when I screen record, which I'm screen recording my phone right now, when it goes for a long time, I feel like it's having trouble processing. All right, well, let's go ahead and I'm going to actually throw, you see I have 4 Snowdrop, which means I can throw 4 more in, which is the max. I'll do master notes when I'm not recording. Maybe it'll be easier. So let's head over to special assignments. So 3 out of the 10 potions brewed. I threw those other 4 in. It's going to take me till tomorrow to probably get the last 7 because I'll do those 4 and then I'll try to get some snowdrops somehow. I'm not even sure. And go ahead and brew the other 3. But the Brilliant Foundables, I'll probably get a couple. Extimulo, Wizarding Challenge 10 times. I don't think I'm running any more Wizard Challenge today. Complete it in the highest chamber. We'll do that tomorrow. But then I still have to unlock Portman too, so I got to walk 5 anyway. And right now I'm walking one of my 2.5 kilometer ones. So the plan is tomorrow is Saturday, and I have the whole day ahead of me Saturday, and it's supposed to be pretty nice and sunny too. So the plan for me after watching Newcastle play, I think they play Chelsea in the morning at 7:30 in the morning here on the East Coast of the United States. Of course, over in Britain they're playing a little bit later. After that game, I'm probably going to go ahead and get going on these bonus tasks, and we're going to finish up this event tomorrow. Speaking of which, with the 45 Brilliant Foundables, I think in the registry on the event page, I think I'm like rank 56 or something like that for the event. 57. So I just need 8 more rank ups, and 45 Brilliant Foundables is definitely going to get me pretty close to 65. And then I have some images to play, so I have a feeling I will reach 65 without having to go through any extra effort for that. Although we only went through the 4th set of tasks today, it was a little more involved, just having to get, all the mysterious note pieces, and then with me placing the images and getting the story text from that, we got a lot of the story today of what was going on with this. So it's interesting. The Unforgivable, I like the fact that it opens that up because even if the Calamity finishes, if that group is still around, it gives us maybe other story elements and things we can do to hopefully promote the longevity of this game, because I do enjoy it and I'm always worried about what they're going to do when they kind of run out of the Calamity. I want the game to go on. In other news that is semi-related to this, if you saw Pokemon Go, if you follow Pokemon Go, they actually finally just raised their level cap. Like we can get to level 60. Pokemon Go has always been level 40, and they just raised it to level 50. And they put some interesting things in to level up that's not just experience. So it should be interesting to see. And again, Pokemon Go has been out years longer than Harry Potter Wizards Unite. But it will be interesting to see if they ever do raise the level cap for Wizards Unite. The way they did it in Harry Potter, I kind of like it. It's definitely more of a process, and you're going to have to earn those levels, but it is a cooler way than just go get some experience. It involves experience, but then it also involves like kind of doing more, improving that you're a good trainer for Pokemon Go. For us, it would be maybe even more wizard training and gaining more things. So I could see ways in which Wizards Unite could use a similar style of leveling beyond 40 or 60. That would be really cool. As always, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys for the bonus task tomorrow. Nox.